Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 302 Ketchum Avenue here in Amity. We're located on the left side of the home. That's as you look at the house from the street, or face the front door from the street anyway. Just before this is still on the front yard side of the fence. Right before you get to the fence here, you've got a big green valve cover box and a 4-inch ABS clean out underneath it. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out here. Off we go. Alright, we're transitioning here from ABS over to what appears to be transite concrete. So you've got some original, at least that's what it appears to be right out of the gate here. Yeah, that's transite. So you've got some original pipe from whatever house used to be here. And so what I would look into first and foremost is where responsibility starts and stops out here. I don't do a ton of sewer scopes in Amity, and I'm not sure how that responsibility gets divvied up. The reason I say that is from a longevity standpoint. I mean, I'm sure this line has been looked at once before to make sure there was something viable to attach to. The one thing I'm never going to know at this point is if this thing has ever been cleaned out to minimize anything, you know, if there was ever roots in it. From the looks of it, looks like a very clean piece of concrete pipe, but I'm always a little bit wary of that when you've got a brand new home attached to old piping. Not my favorite setup in the world. But there might be a reason why it was attached to. It's very possible that from that transition to transite on out may very well be in city responsibility for all I know. So it's worth looking into. And obviously you've got the other issue of this is obviously that transite, that pipe there is probably a good 50 to 60 years old, and it's not going to have the same longevity in it that your plastic pipe is going to, and certainly as it relates to things like, you know, root intrusions potentially happening, things of that sort. So at the very least, what you're going to want to do is rescope this thing at about the 1 year mark, or I'm sorry, just before the 1 year warranty is up, something like about 9 months into it, and take a second look at everything and make sure that no changes occur. You've got a couple joints in here that are a little bit wonky. They're very slight and minor. And if this were an all original home, you know, older house, original piping, that's some pretty nice looking old pipe there. I just never know if anything's ever been cleaned out of here or anything of that sort. We'll give it another good look over and look for some signs of that kind of stuff as we come back in here. But nicely functioning line. It's got good flow all the way out, and it's very clean. That one was. Yeah. Just located the camera head. The line does a pretty much straight shot out the left side of the house out to Oak Street. Just located that there. We're going to go ahead and start pulling back in. Just located here, so where the line kind of angles through the rear, it goes into the backyard fence line, it straightens out and then shoots on out to the street. Where I'm locating that transition there is about, I don't know, 5-6 feet or so beyond the edge of the grass approximately. That gives you kind of an idea. So anyway, from the sounds of it, sounds like the city takes responsibility out here. Once you get out beyond, like probably into the right-of-way area, it's just something I always recommend looking into so you understand where your responsibility starts and stops with the sewer line. I hate if anything ever happens to the sewer line. I don't want to see anyone ever fixing something that's not their responsibility. Put that on the city when it's their problem to deal with. We're going to go ahead and reel out here. All the transite pipe all appears to be in functioning order and in very reasonable condition for its age. It's clean, it flows well. There's a couple joints in there that are a little bit wonky, but they're very minor. They're not the kind of thing that would ever cause a flow problem, not unless the line was abused like no tomorrow. And right now we're going backwards in the house, across through the foundation wall. Everything else beyond this point is all exposed piping that the home inspector can look at when they're down in the crawl space. Good flow end to end. All the new pipe here is in great shape, has good flow, and all the older pipe, again, all of it appears to be intact in very reasonable shape, clean, and has good flow. Sewer line is functioning properly at this time.